Welcome, welcome, welcome! Happy campers, what is happening? It is a happy Friday here. You guys have made it through the week. I'm Mario the Maker Magician, and this is Marcel the Mechanical Monkey. Marcel, should we wave to everyone? Let's give them a wave. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh man, I have to say a special thank you to all the people that have been tuning in every Friday, hanging out with us, commenting, posting pictures. It's meant the world to me. Hey, Jeff Lanes, what's up? David Evans, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, do me a favor, comment right now where you're from wherever you are in the world. Let's do some shout outs. I'm here with Marcel the Mechanical Monkey. I have Mr. Table is somewhere. Mr. Table, are you excited, Mr. Table? Where are you, Mr. Table? Mr. Table, I don't know if he's out there. Let me see. Mr. Table, oh, there he is. Mr. Table, you excited? Let's see. Oh, he's excited. He's excited. All right, good. Fantastic. So, you know, before we have a really special show, so there's a lot of stuff going on. So we have J Moss Part 2 coming through, and I got a chance to catch up with him and talk about robotics. And it was a really great conversation. I see some people coming in right now. What's up? What's up, Bay Area? Howie, what's going on? Oh, from India, namaste to you too. This is what makes this so special. Even though everybody is stuck at home in our homes, we all come together virtually from all over the world, and it really makes everything so much better. Happy Friday to all of you, and listen, we have the lesson plan is going to happen in a little bit, so you know how this works. So I'm going to give a heads up to the parents. If you can get 5 sheets of paper ready, scissors, and some tape, and then like a dollar bill or a currency paper. Later on, we're gonna be doing our magic trick, and this is a good one. This is a good one. And we have J Moss. And before we dive into anything, I just wanted to talk about what does making mean to me. Like, the word maker is such a big word, and me as a maker magician, these two things, how do they collide in my life? And I love magic. And I got into magic first before I really dove into making. And what I did was I learned the principles of magic first, like magic tricks, like how to pull a rabbit out of a hat, or how to make a handkerchief, a dove appear from a handkerchief, or the cups and ball trick. And then learning those, and then from there, I started to develop my making skill set, integrating that into there. But what does making mean to you? Tell us in the comments. What is it that you make that defines you? And before I say anything, when you make something, for me, this is how I view it, is when you make something, you understand it, and when you understand something, it gives you freedom, and that's like what it is ultimately about, like finding that freedom, because when you hold that object, you understand the inner workings of it, and it gives you freedom, it gives you strength, it makes you happy, and a lot of the times when we build things, we fail at first, and we get discouraged, but if we keep continuing the journey, fail and get better, when we finally get to what we imagine. As J Moss said it in the interview, you'll see later, it's the greatest feeling in the world, and that's why we should never give up. It's an important thing. Hi, hey. Oh, hey guys, I see all these people coming in North Carolina. Hi. We're going to do shout outs later. We're going to have a dance party. But before we get into anything, let's do some magic. And this is something I want you guys to see. This is my way of adding the maker spirit to the magic and mashing them together. Check this out. Welcome, welcome, young and old. I have a special story for you. A story about 3 baby robots. 1, 2, 3. Can you see them? Aren't they cute? This is the oldest trick in magic. This, ladies and gentlemen, is over 3,000 years old. If I take 2 robots, place them in my pocket, how many robots are left? 1. This is the Jedi robot. Everyone say, ah! It's invisible. You can't see it, but watch it return. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Do you see it on top of all the cups? Oh, it's a little fast. If you missed it, it's okay. We can start from the beginning. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But that's not all. Watch the little first robot. Give it a little snap. It goes right through. Could you believe it? Watch the second little robot. Give it a little tap. It goes right through. Some people say, I know the secret, Mario. There's a hole in one of the cups. That's baloney. Some people say there's magic in the cups. They might be right, because they can go right through each other. I have no idea how that happens. 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone say bye, robot. Everyone say bye, robot. Don't say the words come back. Did you say come back? If you say come back, this is terrible. Every single robot comes back. It drives me bananas. I can't believe it. Nothing here except for a little robot right over here. How'd that happen? Look at this. This cup's moving because there's another little guy over here. And there's another one right over here. But what kind of magician am I if I can't make a rabbit appear out of a hat? I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Hey! How is that? See, this is an example. Taking elements of 3D design and 3D printing and then putting it into a classic of magic, a core principle of magic. How did I do this? I designed these on Tinkercad. I designed them on Tinkercad, and then I 3D printed them at our local library, and then eventually I started making these interact during my magic show. So it started as, you know how like a rabbit appears from a hat? Instead of using a real rabbit, I'm using a robot rabbit that I made, and I'm really proud of this. Really proud of this. That's how I become a maker magician. That's my definition. You know, what's yours? What are your interests, and how can you add the maker element to your story? I would love to hear. You know, I know people that love to sew, and they adapt their sewing talent into puppetry. They adapt it into upholstering a car. You know, what do you guys do that you're passionate about, and how do you adapt your maker spirit in that? It's a pretty neat thing. And also, what Jay Moss, you'll see, he's going to come up in a minute. He builds robots too, and he brought up a really cool point, and you'll see. He talks about companion robots. It's an interesting take. I've never heard it before. I'm using robots to create theater, right? Marcel the monkey does 3 minutes of theater at my theater show. But Jay Moss, he creates robots as a companion, a representation of who he is as a person, which I think is really amazing. Nathan says, my daughter is learning the cups and balls. That just blew her away. That's awesome. Yeah, so it doesn't stop with the cup and the ball. We can integrate what our interests are, you know? We could make, if you love Pokemon, change the little balls from the cups and make them into Pokemon creatures, you know? For me, I love robots, and that's how I change what, instead of having lemons and oranges appear into the cups, I have a 3D printed robot that appears from the cups. I am a magician nurse and actually created an effect that got published on Genie Magazine. It's called Stat, and it uses a medical syringe. Carlos! Thank you for all your work that you're doing right now to help people all over the world. You're one of those heroes, man. Bigger than magic. So thank you for being a nurse and rocking it out every day. I would love to see that effect. And speaking of nurses, I want to do a special shout out to my brother, Stephen Marchese, if he's happened to watch. He just graduated 3 days ago as a nurse. And I'm just so proud of him. Watching him from school to just continuing and studying and finally becoming a nurse. So Steven, congrats, dude. You are rocking it and killing it. So let's continue. Jay Moss, who is he? If you don't know him, oh man, Jay Moss, he's amazing. He builds robots, he tinkers, I'm not gonna even say it. We're just gonna have to show you Jay Moss. It's time for our special guest. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Super excited. I have seen him on Twitter. I've seen him online. He's performed at the Bay Area Maker Faire, Hackaday SuperCon. And not only that, what's so special about him is how focused he is on his robotics and on his imagination. What is sitting next to you here that is so adorable and so animated?
This is Dexter. This is my robotic best friend. This is his 4th integration of something that started last year that turned out to be called companion robots, which are like robots you build to take with you places. His whole motions is currently he can look left to right and then his head tilts back and forth, which I like love. He also has a little PR sensor here that if I turn on, he can actually give people like cool little high fives.
Yes! Yes!
So like that's one of my favorite like details. I think it's high five.
Love it. How does something like this evolve?
Well, my first ideas when I was working on them was first figuring out what type of robot I wanted, because there's so many different designs out there. So I decided to go with more of an animal design because of course, biomimicry, which is one of the funnest ways to learn things, like watching live creatures move. You try to remake it with robotics. I have other friends who made their own. Alex Glow was one, and she made an owl called Archimedes. And I feel like the animal you choose kind of shows the type of person you kind of are a little bit.
The idea of a companion robot is such a powerful thing. It's a statement, you know, just like, you know, like in the 80s with a mohawk, you know, the music you listen to, you know, holding that right deck, that skateboard at the skate park that just came out. It's having that vinyl record that you wait in line for 6 hours for. It's the same feeling, right? It's like that companion robot is a symbol of who you are and where you are right now. You know, so you said 2 things that like really stood out to me, you said robot companion, and then something mimicry. What were you saying? What was that term?
Biomimicry.
I've never heard that before. What does that mean?
Yeah, it means you're recreating motion from animals using robotics.
Actually creating the motion, not only the look, but also the motion. So you come up with an idea. Do you start on paper? Do you start on a computer? How does your process work?
Paper first, always. All the designs I do, at this point, he was level 2, I believe. Yeah, I have like an old picture. I call his baby pictures.
Oh, look at that.
It's a crazy page.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
And
beautiful
sketches and other things.
I love that backpack picture with like your arm and shoulder. So you're evolving not only the design, but how you're gonna wear it too.
He originally sat on my shoulder, but now he's gotten a lot bigger. So now I have to create these special like things for him to be able to sit on my back.
I love it.
It was an idea I had from actually watching Pokemon. And I noticed how Pikachu kept sitting on Ash's actual back, like his backpack really, not really.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I got the idea of like, oh, maybe I should switch him up to sit like on behind me, not actually on me.
It's amazing. I love how, and that's like a beautiful example. Like you just don't know where inspiration can come from. Like you just got to be open, you know?
I watch a lot of sci-fi stuff and fantasy stuff. And I go from like anime, cartoons, audiobooks, movies, whatever I can get my hands on for a good story. I like listen to it and I get inspired from it.
So I want to know, because recently, the past 2 weeks, I'm going through my Twitter feed and there I see you with these goggles and they're just insane. And I'd love to see it up close on the camera. What are these? What is this?
I call these dot eyes. I love in like a lot of movies, they always have those characters who have like the cool, crazy goggles, like a crazy lab doctor. And I was like, oh, I'd love to have that. So like now, like if I put them on, I can see out of them too. Cool, really,
nice.
Really helpful. And these 2 lenses, while the iris eye closes.
Dude, I love it. Just love it. Look at that. That's amazing. So is it a servo motor that's attached there? And there's battery power, obviously. Where's the batteries? Are they like
the battery is all in the actual pack of the headband.
Wow. It's like a magic trick. I love it.
I say trial and error is your best friend. I'm self-taught. Like I'm not amazing in any shape or form. I went to art school. I learned how to draw in charcoal. That's pretty much the mains of my college career.
Yeah.
Everything else in my life I've learned from like me picking it up on myself and just trying it out. Like you cannot be afraid to try and don't be afraid to fail. A lot of things won't work the first time.
Yeah.
It's literally like, it sucks when it doesn't work the first time, but keep at it. And then when something finally works, you will have the most joyous moment of like, probably, I won't say of your life, but closest of your life. Because I always jump in joy and say Eureka when something finally works.
Yeah. Wow,
Just
Jay, these are
take that.
powerful words, man. These are powerful words. It's so true because I have young kids. They're 8 and 5, and it's even hard for me as an adult. You want everything to work on the first try, and then it doesn't, and it's so frustrating, But then, when you stick to it, like you said, and then when it starts working, it starts moving, and then you finally get to where you thought of where you wanted it to be. How great is that reward? Just like you said, I never heard it like that. It is the greatest feeling in the world. It is. It's like your birthday, right? It's like, but why do we always forget that?
It's probably like television and movies, because even when I watch Star Trek, I get a little bit annoyed from this, and like even Doctor Who sometimes. They kind of build things in a quick montage, but they never show them failing at it first. It's always just like click, 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 it works. Click, 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 it works. And I feel like that's ingrained in us, that we're so used to seeing like these characters, these people try the first time and it works. And reality, that's not how things work. There's no way in heck they're gonna get that right the first time.
Wow, what truth coming from Jay Moss. Dude, it's so true. And like, we live in a culture where it's like these movies, these videos, 30-second videos, YouTube videos, you see start from finish, all fast forward. You don't see all that struggle in the mud, like pushing through. So I wanted to ask, because this is great. So how do you get inspired? So like when you reach a stage with your builds and you're like, there is no new idea coming. There is no, next thing to make. Do you watch certain other artists, or do you search certain things that help you stay up to date? Maybe like a certain magazine or a certain website that, a blog. I don't know. Like, what do you do to keep that ball rolling?
For me, I try to just absorb everything. So like, even a good example is like, I'll watch Harry Potter and I'll see them do like Leviosa, and I'm just like, is he actually levitating that, or is he somehow making the feather a negative electrons and the wand's now positive electrons, and that's what's creating levitation? I always try to think like that. I always try to think like, how can I make that real?
You're a magician. I mean, it's just like when I'm with my magic friends and we do a big group chat, that's what happens sometimes. They'll be like, okay, there's the 3 of spades. I want this 3 of spades to appear inside of a sealed bottle, but with the person's signature, like spectator signature on it. How do we do it? Well, it means so much to me that you today shared your eureka, watching your companion robot, these goggles you're building. It's a beautiful thing, man. And it's super inspiring. And I can't wait to hang out. Like after this pandemic is over.
Yeah. I'm really, ironically, when I started upgrading him was when the pandemic started. So he's pretty much my pandemic project. That sounds dark.
All right. All the best. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll talk soon. How amazing is Jay, huh? How amazing is Jay? Jay didn't go to school to be an engineer. He did it all on his own. He found something that he loved, and he worked and worked and worked towards a very specific goal. He had a vision of something. He wanted a companion that's a robot. And then, like, we didn't have time in the interview, but behind him, there's all the different versions that he's created along the way. And every version took its own time, And it's just amazing what we can do when we push ourselves to do the things that we really, truly love. I mean, this is what it's about, It's about how making can give us freedom, how it can represent us, who we are. It's like I was saying earlier about the band and the shirt and the right outfit, Like, that's what making does. It gives us a new way to show the world who we really are. But enough about me talking. We have a magic lesson to learn. And you know what? I want you guys to get your papers, your scissors, your tapes. It is time to get your maker tools. Let's go! Welcome to my little blue bus. I'm going to show you now our DIY magic trick. Let's get started. So this is a very cool magic trick, and it involves items that we all have at home. Just pieces of paper that I decorated and printed, and each one unfolds kind of like a nest. And look at the last one. There's nothing inside. All right, fold it up. Each one a little bigger than the next. And this is my favorite part, is when I snap my fingers, just like this, something crazy happens. Check it out. When I open every single piece of paper, there's the stars one, there's the branches one, and there's the last one. Look at this. You see that? I made money! Isn't that crazy? You guys want to learn how to do it? I'm going to show you. For this trick, you're going to need 5 sheets of loose leaf paper, scissors, tape, and some money. Separate 2 sheets of paper first and fold them, align it right over the line like this, and fold it right over. See this? Just like that. Take your scissors and you're going to cut right along the edge. Just like this. And this will be your first sheets of paper that you need. Now you're going to take another 2, do the same thing. You're going to stack them up, just like that. And then this time, you're going to fold it, but leave some room here. So it looks like it's about, I would say about 1 inch, just like that. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller than the other pieces of paper. And same thing, you take your scissors, you're just going to cut along the edge, and then do the same thing on this side, cut along this edge. So now we're going to start having our shrinking sheets of paper, see? So we have one size a little bit smaller than the other. And then for the last part, see these are already cut. So you just fold this in half, okay? And you cut this right up here. And now you have your last 2 pieces of paper. You're going to take the medium pieces and you're going to create 2 piles. Okay, and each medium piece is going to have a small piece inside, just like this. All right. You're going to take your medium piece and your small piece, and you're going to fold it over like this. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Fold that over like this, and you're going to create a square, so it looks like that. Okay, so when you open it up, it'll look like this. Okay, see it? So one side, 2 side, on either end like that. Okay, and the same thing's going to happen with the bigger piece. You're going to fold it over like this, and you're going to fold it over like this. Same exact thing. You're just making a bigger square to hide that smaller piece like this. Then, you're going to do the same exact thing with the other 2 pieces. So now you're going to have 2 packets here. Remember the big piece, the first big piece we cut? There's a reason why we're folding them stacked like this, because this is the sneaky part of the trick. So we have to make sure that the folds are precise on the last part. So that's why we're going to fold them together. So just like this, nice and straight. Okay, you're going to turn it around. Do the same thing, nice and straight, just like that. And one last fold, just like this. Okay. So now we have a nest. Now we have a nest of papers. Now that we know where the creases are, we are going to separate the 2 pieces. So the secret of the trick is that you actually have 2 nesting envelopes. One nesting envelope gets your money. The other nesting envelope is empty. So let's fill this first nesting envelope with money. You take your money, you're going to fold it up just like this, and you're going to hide that inside the smallest piece. Okay? Fold this up, and now we have our magic gimmick. In magic, we call the sneaky parts of the trick, we call it the gimmick. Okay, so now you're going to take the ungimmick side. This has nothing inside. You're going to fold it up just like this, and you have to match where either end goes. These are back to back, and this is where the tape comes in. You see, I usually put 4 loops of tape. Now, we have to line these up. So we're gonna line them up as perfect as possible. So you're gonna press all 4 of these down, okay? So now check this out. Look how clever this is. This is attached to this side. I just wanna show you the empty packet, okay? So here's the first reveal. You're gonna show that there's nothing inside, okay? See, nothing in there. You fold it up, 1, 2, 3. Fold the next one up, 1, 2, 3. And watch the last one I fold. Watch this. My hands are covering the edges so you can't see the extra flaps there. This goes here, and watch. When I fold this one, I fold 1, and then I fold 2, which causes it to flip over. But if you just do that, it's still not sneaky enough. That's why you need that extra piece of paper. Remember that 5th piece? And this piece is gonna get folded around it. And that'll help secure that sneakiness. It's that extra layer that'll make it feel like magic. Snap my fingers, and now check it out. This is so cool. Keep your hands along the sides here as you open it up. And now you can make money appear. Look at this. There it is. I hope you guys enjoyed our DIY magic trick. It's time for me back to the studio. I'll see you upstairs. Woo! Ow, my back. What do you think? It's a great routine. You can watch it on playback. It'll be saved on our YouTube page. Give that routine a try because it's so cool because you can really make it your own. You can color each of those different papers to what your interests are. And I always have it in my backpack. You can make money appear. You can rip a card up, put it inside one of the pockets, and then when you flip that thing over, you can have a restored version of the same card. So there's many different ways you can use those nesting envelopes. But you know what? Enough about me because guess what? It is that time. It is dance party time. So if there's any kids that want to get shout out right now, live, parents put your kids' names in. We're going to sing about, I don't know, animals, name an animal, eating a silly food. Tell me what you love doing. We are going to have a dance party. Get your dancing shoes on. Stand up off the couch. We're going to stretch out. It is a dance party time. What's up? It is that time, man. Thank you guys for sticking it out. Oh, man. We heard that today it is Annabelle. Annabelle, you have a birthday. Annabelle, happy birthday from me, Mario the Maker Magician, to your wonderful family. Annabelle, have a happy birthday. And Annabelle's brother, George, he wants to sing about lions eating cornflakes. This is great. So if you have anything silly, just like Annabelle and George are saying, lions eating cornflakes, mice eating mac and cheese, put them in the comments. We're going to sing. I want everyone standing up. It is dance party time. I want to see who can jump up the highest right now. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, let's see some jumping. Happy birthday to Annabelle. Did you know I saw some mice? Some mice. They were running outside my house, and then I looked outside and I saw these mice. They took my mac and cheese. It was my favorite mac and cheese. I was like, where are you going? And they're like, see you later. Bye-bye. And I was like, you forgot your masks. It's a quarantine. You gotta get your mask and you gotta wear your gloves. And Graham, you're watching all the way in Colorado, Mario the Maker Magician. To you, Graham, you are awesome. I hope you have a great weekend, Graham. You're awesome, dude. Thanks for tuning in, Graham. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And Graham, if you didn't know, he is an amazing magician. I'm so happy, Graham, that you're tuning in today. I'm going to talk about cats. Oh, how I love cats. They take over the internet. It drives me bananas. But you know what? The truth is deep in my heart. I love cats. Because cats know how to jump up and down. I say jump all around. I say jump up and wants to grow a beard. Sam, don't do it! Don't do it! Sam, if you grow a beard, post a pic on our Family Maker Camp Facebook group. Just kidding, Sam. Unless there's a microcontroller attached. Alright, then do it, okay? And you know what? I've seen lots of cats eating bread. I saw a cat eating bread and inside it was a turkey sandwich with cheese, and I was like, wait a second, cat, what are you doing? He's like, I just went inside your refrigerator. And I was like, what? And he was like, I think it's time. Jump, jump, jump up and down. I say jump, jump, jump all around. I say jump, jump, jump up and down. I say jump. Spin, spin, spin up and down. I say spin, spin, spin all around. I say spin, spin, spin up and down. I say spin. Jump, jump, jump up and down. I say hello from Toronto. Good to see you on here. Fantastic. Oh, Sam, you're still jumping. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Mice eating mac and cheese. Lions eating cornflakes and coffee. I never heard of anything crazier than that. You guys have a great weekend. All the wonderful families watching right now. One last time. Jump, jump, jump up and down. I say jump, jump, jump all around. I say jump, jump, jump up and down. I say jump. I'm ready to make a magician. Yeah! Oh, thanks for all the kids that were jumping up and down. You guys did amazing. Don't forget to check the Family Maker Camp Facebook page. We're always posting and showing new tutorials. There's new lessons going on all week. And Virtually Maker Fair is happening next Saturday. Amazing, amazing event where we're gonna highlight all the people that have been helping, for COVID-19, making masks and 3D printed shields. All those people, thank you so much. We're gonna be highlighting that. I'll be doing a performance, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm Mario the Maker Magician. Don't forget this weekend to jump, jump, jump up and down. I say